nice and comfortable. So rock from side to side if you're sitting cross-legged or you're over a bolster. And then just find that, I call it that sweet spot where everything just feels at ease. And before we shut the eyes down, just want to talk a little bit about trust. Not so much about trusting other people or other relationships that you have, but trusting yourself and really tuning in and being aware to, I guess if you want to label it with a word, your intuition, is we have that, if we're aware of it, that first, some people call it your gut instinct, some people call it your sixth sense, but we have that awareness that we get that first thought or whatever it is, and then I'm talking from my experience, sometimes we doubt comes in, or other people might say things with differing opinions, and it's almost like at times we move away from that truth and we start to sabotage our own trust. So I guess my invitation firstly is let's start to tune into our own trust as we practice. So listen to what your body needs. I cue it throughout the class. Trust that your body knows what it needs. And Deb, who's healing today, trust that your body knows what to do and what not to do. And then just as you move throughout the day, start to become aware of those intuitive thoughts and feelings and tune into them rather than push them aside. So trusting yourself, if you want to sum it up. Let's shut the eyes down. Or take a little gaze down at your mat. And just come into your breath. Now, just as you're coming into your breath, just contemplate what the word trust means in relation to yourself. Do you have a deep and genuine and strong trust in your own body, soul and mind, or does it waver when people question it, people disagree? Or can you stand strong in your own truth and your own trust? Notice the breath in, notice the breath out. Notice the parts of your body that are healing perhaps, or the parts that might be a little bit sore. And if you're going to trust one person, then let it be yourself first and foremost. Let's take 3 beautiful, deep, sweeping inhales and exhales together. So inhaling in through the nose. Take a little pause and then a long exhale out, either through the mouth or the nose. A couple more like that. Breathing in. Taking that pause and then let the breath sweep out nice and smoothly. One more. Inhaling in and letting the breath go. Ground with the sit bones. Feel the pressure of the sit bones against the mat or a bolster if you're on a bolster. And then lift up through the crown of the head. Keeping the eyes shut, just shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Perhaps take a rotation in one direction. Inhaling, the shoulders shrug up. Take a rotation in the opposite direction and let them just land softly on the top of the back. Open the eyes if they're shut and let your eye gaze just fixate on one spot. With that soft gaze, so like you're looking but not really seeing. Just blink a few times. Notice how the skin around the eyes are feeling and then just let the eyes settle. Let's take another breath in and let the breath go. Drop the left palm on the right knee or thigh. Sweep the right arm out to the side and then behind you. Take a breath into length, and as you breathe out, just take a gentle twist. So that's like you're taking that quick glance over that right shoulder, just as we warm up the body. A breath in to lengthen. A breath out, twisting a little bit more. Everything comes back round to center. This time, sweep both arms up. Make a pistol grip at the top, a deep inhale. As you exhale, over to the right. So we're doing 2 on the same side, more. Breathing in, the arms reach up. Notice any tender spots. Breathing out, over to the right. 1 more. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep everything gentle as we warm the body up. Breathing in, the arms reach up. As you breathe out, right palm on left knee or thigh, left palm sweeps behind you, taking a breath in to lengthen. As you breathe out, turn and gaze over that left shoulder. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling, twisting a little bit more. Bring everything all the way back round to center. Float the arms up. This time, interlace the fingertips at the top. A deep inhale. As you exhale, over to the left. Either arm straight or you can bend the elbows. 2 more on this side. Breathing in, the arms reach up. Breathing out, over to the other side. 1 more. Inhale, reaching up nice and tall. Exhale, let the breath go. Breathing in, the arms reach up. As you breathe out, sweep the arms behind you, interlace the fingertips. Take a deep breath in, open the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades. And as you breathe out, scooping the belly and splitting the palms and reaching forward as you drop the gaze. Breathing in, sweeping the arms open, feeling the shoulders open as you gaze up. And breathing out, reaching forward, rounding the back. 1 more. Inhaling in, opening everything up. Exhaling, reaching forward. Sweep both arms up. Take a gentle or deep back bend if you're feeling warm. And as you exhale, this time the body floats forward and the arms float back. Soften the neck. Eye gaze is down. Inhale, you're sweeping the arms up and over. Exhale, dropping forward, scooping the belly in as you round the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. 1 more. Inhaling in. And exhaling in. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, hands to your heart space. Empty the breath. Breathing in, the arms reach up and over. And as you breathe out, split the palms, land on the fingernails, and just creep them forward. If the lower back is pulling, just don't come down as far. On the breath in, you're lengthening through the spine, and on the breath out, just dropping down. Some of you may have the range to drop onto your forearm or just stay on your palm. 1 more. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, folding down. Can you trust yourself? Can you believe that you know more than often your mind thinks that you do? 1 more breath. Gently engage the core. Walk the hands all the way back. We're making our way onto all fours, so you can either press into the palms and roll over the ankles or kick them out to the side. When you come onto all fours, bring the knees wide. So bring the knees nice and wide, and then bring the feet wide as well. And bring the palms on the edges of the mat. Just take some gentle rocks backwards and forward. As you rock back, hips towards the back of the mat. And then as you rock forward, just engage the core a little so you're not jumping into the back. Just a couple more like that, just checking out how the hips are feeling. You might want to take some little circles as well. Again, tune into your body. Trust that it knows what to do and let your body guide you rather than overthink and let your mind kick in. Your inner guidance. Some people call it your inner compass. Trust that it knows the best for you. Just making a couple more gentle movements or rocks or circles. And then when you're ready, bring the palms to shoulder width distance, bring the knees to hip width distance, soften the back of the feet. Let's take some cat-cow curls. On the breath in, the waist goes back and the gaze goes up. And on the breath out, rounding and arching the back. So we're doing a few more like that. Breathing in and breathing out. Couple more in your own breath. Notice how the backbone's feeling. Notice how your breath is. One more. Inhaling and exhaling. Back to a neutral posture. Soften through the shoulders. Let's extend that right leg behind you. Feel that stretch down the whole leg. Rotate that right ankle one way and then the other way, keeping equal weight in the palms. And then land that back foot, the right foot on the toes. Don't slide it back, just land it on its toes and then push out through the sole of that right foot. You'll feel a stretch down the calf, the whole of the leg. The tendency will be to tense the shoulders up, so bring awareness to the shoulders and the back of the neck. Take a deep inhale, let the breath go. Breathing in, that right leg comes back. As you breathe out, we're crossing it over to the left, getting into the glutes and the hips. This time, slide the foot back as much as you want to feel that stretch. Drop onto your forearms if it feels nourishing, or just stay on your palms. For a stronger stretch, stay on the ball of the foot and push out through the ball of the foot. If you want to make it a little gentle, just flatten off the foot. Tune into your breath again. When you actually learn to trust yourself, know that you're actually trusting in the very wisdom that created you. One more breath. Press into the palms. If you're on your forearms, come back onto your palm. Engage the core as you bring that right leg all the way back. This time, push out through the ball of the right foot, either staying here or extending the left arm forward for a balance. So the arms at shoulder height, the leg is at hip height, and you're pulling them apart from one another. Take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, dropping everything down onto the mat. Let's take the pressure of that right wrist by breathing the arm up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, just thread it through to the left. A couple more. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, threading it through. Inhale, that right arm reaches up. This time as you exhale, wrap it behind the back and then peel the right shoulder open. Gaze can either be up at the ceiling if you're wanting a neck stretch, or just drop the gaze down on the mat if you want to make it a little more gentle. Really peeling the right shoulder open. Take one more breath here. And then release the right arm up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, land the hand on the mat, walking the fingernails to the edges of the mat as we come into puppy pose. Pushing the chest down, hips up towards the ceiling, creeping those fingernails out a little bit further. If you're wanting that stretch of the upper back, turn the eye gaze to the front of the mat. Otherwise, keep the eye gaze down on the mat. Notice the breath in, notice the breath out. Never trust your fears. Often your fears don't know your strength. One more breath. Let's walk the hands back, coming back onto all fours. Let's take another cat-cow curl here. Breathing in and breathing out. Coming back to a neutral posture, equal weight in the palms, and this time the left leg extends behind. So feel that stretch down the leg first. Rotate the left ankle one way and then the other way. Noticing how it feels. Take another breath in and then just land the left foot behind you on the toes. Not sliding the foot back. Equal weight in the palms and then pushing out through the ball of that left foot. Feeling that stretch down the calf, the whole leg. Again, bring awareness to the shoulders so you're not tensing. The gaze is down, the back of the neck is soft. One more breath. Inhale, the left leg comes up behind you. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, cross it to the right. Slide it back, coming onto your forearms, staying on your palm. Drop the gaze. And again, push out through the ball of the foot. So stay on the toes if you want a stronger stretch of that glute and hip. Or flatten off the foot if you need a more gentler practice today. Slow down your breath a little bit more. And one more breath. Press into the palms, engage the core, release that left leg all the way back. Get steady first. Decide if you just want to stay on both palms or engage the core a little more as you bring the right arm forward. Good. This time pulling forward with those right fingertips, pushing back with the left sole of the foot. One more breath here. And then dropping everything down onto the mat. Press into the right hand. Inhale, the left arm reaches up. As you exhale, threading it through to the right. A couple more. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, the left arm reaches up. As you exhale, wrap it behind the back. Peeling the left shoulder open, gaze is up at the ceiling or down at the mat. And you peel that left side of the body open. Hold it for a full inhale. Let the breath go. Inhale, that left arm reaches up again. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, dropping it down onto the mat. Dig the toes in. Feel the stretch through the arches of the feet. Come onto the finger mound. Walk the hands back towards the knees. Breathing in, reaching the arms all the way up. The palms connect. As you breathe out, bring the hands to your heart space. You can drop hips to heels if you want, and then take a twist over to the right. On the breath in, bring the hands back to center. The arms reach all the way up and over. And as you exhale, hips drop down, twist over to the left. We're doing one more on each side. So breathing in, lift yourself up. Take a back bend as the arms peel up and over. And as you exhale, dropping down and taking that twist to the right. One more. Breathing in, reaching up and over. And breathing out. Hands to the heart first, twist over to the left. Soft jaw, length through the crown of the head. Beautiful lady. Bring everything all the way back round. Reach up first. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, a swan dive down to your mat. Let the hands support you. Decide either puppy pose or downward facing dog. If you're in downward facing dog, lifting those hips up, aiming them towards the ceiling. Same if you're in puppy pose. Pushing the chest towards the thighs in downward facing dog. And if you're in puppy pose, chest towards the mat. Notice how that body's feeling. In downward facing dog, you might want to walk the dog, walking one knee at a time. Really making sure that that back of the neck, there's no tension there, so angle your eye gaze accordingly. Think for yourself. Trust your own intuition. Know that it's your mind that's walking your journey. Nobody else is walking your journey. You are. You know what's best. Trust that. Take one more breath here. In downward facing dog, lift the heels up, come onto the tippy toes, bend the knees a lot, and then either a jump or a walk up towards your palms. If you're in puppy pose, join us here. Bend the knees a lot in your first rag dog. So you're taking any tension off the lower back. And maybe just rock back for support. So you can use your hands to support you. As you rock forwards, lift the heels up, come onto the tippy toes. And as you rock back, perhaps joggle the heels and curling the toes up. You'll feel different stretches. Keep it nice and gentle. Keep the breath flowing smoothly. Maybe one more backwards and forwards, and then ground both feet fully. Feel the texture of the feet of the mat under your feet. On the breath in, a halfway lift. On the breath out, a forward fold. On the breath in, sweep the arms all the way up. Let the palms connect at the top. And as you exhale, bring the hands to your heart space. Empty the breath completely. Breathing in, let's reach the arms up and over. And as you breathe out down to your mat, empty the breath. A halfway lift and a forward fold. One more round. Breathing in, let's reach all the way up. Breathing out, bring it all the way to your heart space. Empty the breath. Inhale, a deeper back bend as the arms peel up and over. As you exhale down to your mat, empty the breath. A halfway lift. And as you empty the breath, bend the knees, place the hands on the mat, step the right foot back. Let's get fully grounded first. Once you feel stable, breathe the body up nice and slowly. Keep that left knee in the subtle lunge. The back leg is straight with the back foot pressing firmly into the mat. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Take a rotation in one direction. Inhale, the shoulders come up, and then take a rotation in the other direction. Breathe both arms up, straighten the front leg. As you exhale, hands to your heart space. Take a deep lunge with that left knee. Inhale, the arms reach up. Feel the length. Exhale, hands to your heart space, taking that lunge. One more. Breathing in and breathing out. Settle the shoulders. Take a deep breath in, ground with the feet. As you exhale, take another twist over to the left. Keeping it gentle, keep the body upright. If you want to go deeper, we lean forward. Hook right elbow over left thigh, and you can gaze over that left shoulder. So again, trust that your body knows what it needs, a gentle or strong or somewhere in between. Keep the breath flowing, the jaw is soft. One more breath. Inhale, the arms reach back round and then reach up. And as you exhale, open the arms up to warrior two. Ground with the feet. Arms are at shoulder height in the same line. So take a quick glance behind you. Make sure that back hand isn't dropping down. Flick the palms. On the breath in, the arms reach up. On the breath out, hands to your heart space, and then open the arms up again. A few more. Breathing in, reaching up. Feel the spine lengthen. And then breathing out, hands to your heart space. Feel the legs working as the arms open up. One more. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Flick the front palm. Let's reverse the warrior, reaching up and over. And on the breath out, back through warrior two. Two more like that. Breathing in and breathing out. One more. Inhaling and exhaling. Drop that front forearm on the front thigh. Sweep the back arm all the way up and over. So just a light resting of that front forearm, and really sweep that top arm up and over. Ground with the feet. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, sweep that top arm around the back and peel that right shoulder open. For those of you that want to take a stronger practice, that bottom arm can loop under the thigh. For some of you, you can connect it with the arm around the back. If you can't, you just go as far as you can reach. It's quite a strong posture, so feel free not to take it. Take one more breath here. Keep peeling the right shoulder open and then press down into the feet, engage the core, release the hands back through to warrior two. Beautiful. Turn the left foot so you're side on your mat. Sweep the arms up. And then as you exhale, come into your goddess squat. So tailbone towards the mat, hands to your heart space, knees push out to the side. Keep length through the crown of the head. Look up tall. Yeah, beautiful. Good, Karen. Breathing in, the arms reach all the way up. And breathing out, hands to your heart space, perhaps a little lower. The hips are starting to open. One more. Inhaling in. And exhaling out. On the breath in, reach the arms up. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, take a swan dive down to your mat. Let the hands land. On the breath in, a halfway lift. On the breath out, folding forward, soften the knees, drop the crown of the head. Then walk the hands over to that left foot. Turn the left foot to face the front of the mat. Pivot on the ball of the back foot. Scoot it to the back of the mat and then drop the back knee down. Flatten off the back foot. Press into the right hand. Inhale, the left arm reaches all the way up for a twist. Really reaching up nice and tall, pushing the mat away with the bottom hand or come onto the finger mounds of that right palm. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, swooping the hand to the inner edge of that right foot. Place both hands on the mat and take some deep rocks backwards and forwards. So as you rock forward, a deep lunge with that left knee. As you rock back, perhaps coming onto the heel of that left foot. Just opening up the hips step by step, rocking backwards and forwards, using your palms to ground you. Maybe just do one more and then drop the foot down firmly, scoot it to the left of the mat, bring the hands to meet it. And then your choice, you can either stay on the palms, taking those rocks backwards and forwards, or perhaps coming down a little lower on your forearms or using any props that you might have like blocks or bolsters. And let's just open up the hip. As we're getting into the deeper stretches, bring awareness to your breath. Perhaps deepen it, slow it down, be more conscious of it. Know that the only person who's going to give you 100% security and the life that you want is you. So trust yourself 100% first, because only you can give that 100% security if you choose to. My other experience is to let go of the need to control any of the outcomes. Just simply trust the process of trusting your intuition and let it just all work itself out. Taking a few more breaths here. And then let's take one more breath together. Let's take a deep inhale in, a long exhale out. If you're on your forearms, coming back onto your palms, just pigeon-toeing that left foot back to the center of the mat. Coming onto the ball of the back foot, lifting that leg up. Take a deep breath in as you breathe out. Step forward and hang in ragdoll here. Drop the gaze. You may not need to bend the knees as much as you needed to before. Take some gentle rocks backwards and forwards or side to side. Can you learn simply to trust the journey, especially when the path is unsure? And even if you don't understand it, can you simply just trust? One more breath. On the inhale, come into a halfway lift. On the exhale, a forward fold. On the breath in, sweep the arms all the way up. Let the palms meet at the top. And as you exhale, you bring your hands to your heart space, drop into seated chair. So pushing the knees forward, hips down towards the mat. Again, try and keep that length through the crown of the head. You want a little arm muscle activation. Press the palms firmly together and bring the elbows wide as you drop down. And feel your arm muscles switch on here. Beautiful. Soften the jaw, drop down a little lower, hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, let's rise up again. Take a deep back bend. As you exhale, take a swan dive down to the mat. Empty the breath, a halfway lift. And as you empty the breath, hands on the mat, bending the knees. And this time that left foot steps back. Again, get stable first. So adjust the feet, widen through the collarbones, and then breathe the body up. Nice and slow. And this time that back leg is nice and strong. The foot's pressed firmly into the mat. A subtle lunge in the right knee. Breath in, shoulders shrug up to the ears. A deep letting go, sigh out as you drop them down. One more. Breathing in and breathing out. Sweep the arms up, straighten the front leg. And as you bring to your hands to your heart space, a deep lunge with that right knee. Let's do a few more. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, lunging with the right knee, hands to your heart space. One more. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Take another breath and lengthen through the crown of the head. As you breathe out, twist over to your right, keeping upright or taking that lean forward, left elbow over right thigh. Soften the jaw, keep the breath flowing, ground with the feet. Take one more breath, then sweep the hands back through center, reach the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, opening up to warrior two. Let there be softness in your shoulders. Arms are at the same height. Take a quick glance behind you. Then flipping the palms on the breath in, connecting the palms at the top as the legs straighten. As you breathe out, hands to your heart space, pushing the arms out to either side. Breathing in, let's sweep the arms up. Breathing out to your heart space, opening up. One more. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Let's split the front palm on the breath in, reaching up and over, reversing. On the breath out, back through warrior two. Inhale, keep your mind present. And exhale. One more. Breathing in and breathing out. Dropping that front forearm on the front thigh as you sweep the back arm up and over. So feel that side stretch first. Really peeling that top arm all the way over the crown of the head. A light resting with that bottom palm. Ground with the feet. Take one more breath here, and then you can sweep that top arm around the back. And this time we're peeling that left side of the body open. So gaze can be up at the ceiling as you peel that side open, or drop the eye gaze down. So feel that stretch first. If you want to take that extra posture, the right arm loops under that thigh and that left arm, you may connect. This depends on your body structure. Otherwise, as far as you can reach, again, angle the eye gaze in a way where there's no straining. Take one more breath, press into the feet. On your inhale, release out and stretch, come back through to warrior two. Soft shoulders, good. Turn the right foot so you side on your mat. Sweep the arms all the way up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, split the palms. Catch your hip flexors behind you. Take another inhale, lengthen, grow tall through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, use your palms to support you, like you're leaning back, like you're trying to shine the heart up towards the ceiling. One more breath. Press into the feet. Let's lift the body all the way back up to neutral. Another breath in. As you breathe out, lunge with that right knee. Keep the left leg straight. Inhale, come back through to center. Exhale, lunge with the left knee. Keep that right leg straight. Length through the crown of the head. One more on each side. Inhale and exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, come back to center. Sweep the arms up. As you exhale, a swan dive down to your mat. Soften the knees if you need to. Drop the crown of the head. A halfway lift. The spine shoots forward. A forward fold as you empty the breath. Walk the hands over to the right foot. Turn the right toes to face the front of the mat as you pivot on the board of the back foot. Scoot that back foot to the back of the mat and then ease the back knee down. Flatten off the back foot. Press into the left hand. Breathe the right arm all the way up. Reaching up nice and tall. One more breath. And then as you exhale, place that hand on the inner edge of the right foot. So for those first few breaths, ground with the palms and then take those rocks backwards and forwards. Lunging as you rock forward with the right knee, just opening the hip up a little. And as you rock back, coming onto the heel of the foot if it feels nourishing for you. Just getting a gauge of how this side of the body feels. And maybe one more backwards and forwards. And if you want to take it deeper, scoot that right foot out to the right. The hands come to meet it, dropping onto your forearms or staying on your palm. Again, use any props if you need a bit of height for support. And then opening up this side of the body. Moving in a way that is gentle. I read somewhere when I was meditating and researching on trusting yourself, a quote which said, trusting yourself is like depositing your money in the safest bank in the world, where no one can steal it, where no one can harm it, and where you will never be worried about it. There's so much truth in that. Soften the back of the neck, keep the gaze low as you're just stretching this hip flexor. Some of us have so much self-doubt. Usually stems from self-worth and self-esteem, and sometimes the hardest step we must take is simply just to blindly trust in who we are. Take one more breath here. If you're on your forearms, just gently guiding yourself back to your palms as you pigeon toe the right foot back to the centre of the mat. Place the palms either side as you come onto the ball of the back foot, lifting the leg up. Take a deep breath in as you breathe out, stepping forward and hanging in ragdoll here. Drop the crown of the head down towards the mat. Iron out any tension at the back of the neck. Start to tune into your own voice. Start to tune into your own soul. Too many people listen to the noise of the world instead of listening to themselves. One more breath here. On the inhale, a halfway lift. On the exhale, a forward fold. On the breath in, sweeping the arms all the way up. Place opposite palms to opposite elbows. Place the feet roughly hip-width distance, grounding with the feet. On the inhale, pull the arms over the head. And on the exhale, seated chair with the lower half of the body. Bring the palms and arms in front of you, just to chest height. Yeah, shoulders nice and wide, beautiful. Breathing in, pulling the arms up and over as you straighten the leg. And breathing out, softening down. Elbows wide, shoulders wide, length through the crown of the head. One more. Breathing in, reaching up and over. And breathing out, sinking down. Good. Inhale, the arms reach up, release palms from elbows, make a prayer. Exhale, hands to your heart space, empty the breath. Breathing in, reaching the arms up and over. Breathing out, down to your mat, empty the breath. A halfway lift. And as you empty the breath, land the palms on the mat, bring the knees wide, the two big toes together as we drop into child's pose, making it nourishing for you. Hips to heels, arms in front or bit down by your heel. If you feel you want to rest over a bolster, you can bring a bolster in front. And just make sure that your head is resting on something, so it's not just gripping and hanging. Sometimes trusting yourself means that we have to walk alone at times, speaking our truth. And for some of us, we're dissuaded to walk that path. My encouragement is to trust yourself before trusting anyone else. One more breath. Press into the palms, engage the core. Let's breathe the hips all the way back up, sliding the palms back to shoulder width distance, the knees back to hip width distance. Let's take 2 cat-cow pose here. Inhaling in, exhaling out. One more. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Coming back to a neutral spine, you can keep the feet flat. If you want to stretch at the arches, you can dig the toes in. Walking the hands back towards the knees, widen through the collarbones, and then just breathe the body all the way up. Let the shoulders land softly. Take a rotation one way, and then take a rotation in the opposite way. Lengthen through the crown of the head, interlace the fingertips just around the navel, elbows nice and wide, palms facing up. On the breath in, the hands come up to your heart space. Keep the elbows wide. On the breath out, pushing forward, dropping the gaze. If you want to do a leg engagement, lean back. You'll feel the tops of the legs kick in. Breathing in, sweeping the arms up and over. Breathing out, splitting the palms, interlacing the fingertips behind you. Take a deep breath in as you squeeze the shoulder blades and gaze up. And as you breathe out, just sink hips to heels as you reach forward, round the back. And then guide everything back to starting position. Beautiful. Inhale, hands to your heart space. Exhale, pushing away. You can take that extra lean back as you gaze down. Breathing in, the arms sweeping up and over. Breathing out, arms out to the side. Interlace the fingertips behind you. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, reaching forward. This time make a prayer. Sweep the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, land them in front of you. Come back onto all fours. Let's take another cat-cow curl here. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Back to a neutral posture. Sweep the ankles out to the side. Come onto your sit bones. Come to the top of the mat. The feet are hip width distance. The knees are bent. Soften through the shoulders. Just a little bit of core as we come down. Float the arms up, so feel that length through the spine as you lift up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, just soft shoulders as you curl back. Try and keep the knees pointing upwards. Feet are grounded, tuck the chin into the chest to protect the neck. And then using your core, push yourself all the way up again, lengthen with the arms and crown of the head. And as you exhale, starting to sink down, keep the feet pressing down. One more. Inhale, rising up, good. And this time coming all the way down. So use your core. Once your back takes a strain, you just drop down onto the mat. Let the upper body land and then bring the knees in for a squeeze. Take a gentle rock with the knees from side to side or making some circles or figures of 8. Notice the connection of the movement of your knees to where you feel it in your spine. And then splitting the knees to mat distance, shining the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. We're coming into happy baby. You can either just place your hands below the kneecaps or place them on the soles of the feet, pushing the knees out to the edges of the mat. A gentle rock from side to side or stillness. Keep pushing the tailbone down towards the mat. Notice if your mind's drifted off, just gently guide it back to what's happening in the present. Taking one more breath in. And then if you want that extra stretch of the inner thighs, start to straighten the legs out to the side, either holding onto the big toes or placing the hands on the inner thighs. Just feeling that whole stretch down both of the legs. Shine out through the soles of the feet. Taking one more breath here. And then gently guiding the two big toes together, bringing the knees back into the chest, dropping the feet down onto the mat, hip width distance. Just lift the hips up a couple of times. And then make sure the whole of that upper body, the spine, the shoulders are resting on the mat. Take a deep breath in, let the breath go. Sweep the arms behind you on the inhale. And as you exhale, hands come down by your side. Let's come into bridge, pressing into the palms and the feet. Keeping the leg muscles engaged by pushing the knees forward and upwards. Feeling the engagement in the glutes and the hips. You'll know how far to come up as long as you're listening to your body. One more breath as you exhale, gently lowering everything back down with control, letting everything soften and relax. Once it's landed, take another full inhale, let the breath go, and then sweeping the arms back again. Feel the stretch in the upper body on the breath in. As you breathe out, hands down by your side as you push yourself back up again. Coming into bridge pose. If you want to go deeper, roll the shoulders under, interlace the fingertips and push yourself up a little more. That's not for you, just keep the hands down by your side. We're holding this one for 3, 2, 1. And then gently make your way out of the posture. Just letting everything land down. Once it's landed, 2 options here. You can either bring the soles of the feet together and push the knees out to the side if you're wanting hips. If you want to take a little bit more of a gentler posture, bring the feet on the edges of the mat and let the knees fall into one another. It's just a gentler posture, takes any pressure off the back. The arms can be down by your side facing up, or bring them overhead with a micro bend in the elbow. Shut the eyes down and just come into your breath cycle. So inhaling for 1, 2, 3, pause, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, inhale, 1, 2, 3, pause, 1, 2, 3, exhale. 1, 2, 3. One more round. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. If the soles of the feet are together, gently just bring the knees back up. And then everyone just bring the knees in for that final squeeze. Some rocks or rotations from side to side. And then dropping the feet mat distance, knees are pointing up, arms overhead. Take a breath in, the knees are pushing up. As you breathe out, sweep them over to the left. Feel the twist in the spine. Really slow down the breath. A deep inhale in, a long exhale out. Breathing in, the knees come back up again. And as you breathe out over to the right, slowing down the breath cycle a little more. Inhaling and exhaling. And then gently bring the knees back up, extending both legs down onto the mat. Pointing the toes away from you, rotating the ankles one way and then the other way. Reaching back with the arms, pulling the fingertips away from you, rotating the wrists one way and the other way. And then let both sides of the body meet as you take a full body stretch. Take a deep inhale in, a long letting go sigh out the mouth. One more like that. Breathing in, reaching back with the fingertips, pushing forwards with the toes. And then empty the breath completely as you come into that final resting posture of Shavasana, getting comfortable, lying on your back. If lying on your back isn't comfortable, just come into a posture that is for the next few minutes. Trust again that your body knows what to do. And then settle yourself into the final posture, and I'll guide you when it's time to come back out. come back to your breath. Let's do some guided breaths, just a couple. So inhaling for 1, 2, 3. Take a little pause and then exhale for 1, 2, 3. Take another breath in, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Notice how the body's feeling, notice how the mind's feeling. Know that trusting your intuition, first and foremost, you don't need to explain or justify your feelings to anyone. Simply trust your own inner guidance. It does know best, even if at times it's laced with a little doubt. Gently bring the knees in for a squeeze, maybe rolling over to your preferred side. If you're wanting to finish your practice just as you are, then simply stay as you are. As you roll over to one side, just breathing in the back of the body, a few breaths. And if you're coming up to seated, then just perhaps lifting yourself up, keeping the eye gaze closed and just moving mindfully. Again, come back to that breath as you ground yourself with the sit bones and just lift yourself up through the crown of the head if you're seated. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears on the breath in, a big letting go sigh as you let the breath out and drop them down. One more, inhaling and exhaling. A little guide, if it looks right but feels wrong, perhaps it's fear-based. If it looks wrong but feels right, perhaps that's your intuition. Let's bring our hands to our heart space. Take another inhale in through the nose, a big letting go sigh out through the mouth. My invitation is to believe in yourself and your feelings, to trust yourself to do what your heart is guiding you to do. Your intuition is powerful. Trust it. Don't try and talk yourself out of it. And as we seal our practice, know that the most important day is the day you decide and trust that you're good enough. That's the day you truly set yourself free. Namaste.